Hello, let us talk about decolonization. About 1945 to 1965 is when this is really going to be happening throughout the world. But let's just dive right into this one. Okay, decolonization is the action or process of a state withdrawing from a former colony and leaving it independent. Now, some background knowledge you got to understand when it comes to talking about decolonization was the age of new imperialism in the 1800s, where you've got European countries, primarily the United Kingdom, so Great Britain and France, who are going to really be expanding throughout Africa, the Middle East, and East Asia. Then we're going to have the Germans and Italians kind of try to get involved in this situation as well. We've got the Belgians down in the Congo. All these different colonies happening throughout the world. And then after World War I and World War II, it's going to slowly kind of go the opposite direction, getting rid of these colonies. Okay, the British had the largest empire in the world. That's something that pretty much everyone knows. So the British are going to be getting out of a lot of these countries, as are the French. And that's going to cause a number of different issues. You can see here on this map right through here, this was the world, okay, at one time before 1945. Everything that's colored either purple, green, or orange was a colony of a different country, controlled by a different country. So we look at India, Pakistan, Burma, Myanmar, Bangladesh, all those different countries. Virtually all of Africa is going to be controlled by a different country. They're going to slowly start withdrawing after World War II up until about 1965. 1965, roughly kind of the same time period as the war in Vietnam starting. So Vietnam, you can see over there in green, the French withdrawing out of there. It's going to cause some different problems going on. We'll talk about it a little bit later on. So decolonization, the process of countries withdrawing and allowing these independent countries to be established in that region. Okay. Next, let's talk about Iran. There's going to be some issues coming on with Iran early on in the Cold War. First and foremost, is the USSR wants to control Iran, and the reason for this is for oil refuge. Okay, oil. They want that control of the oil. So what's going to happen is that during the Tehran conference, the USSR was going to fully withdraw from Iran after the end of World War II. They were going to leave Iran, decolonize it, so to speak, and allow it to be its own independent country. At this time period, the United Kingdom was also present. The United Kingdom is going to leave Iran after World War II. Stalin, though, is going to keep 30,000 troops in Iran, and he says he's doing this simply to restore order. Okay, he's going to keep them up in northern Iran, so it is bordering his own country, as you can see in this map. The Iranians do not like this at all. They would like to have their own free country like they were promised. The British have already left. Okay, the Americans are still having some oil concessions down in the Gulf region, some major oil making part of Iran, but they really do not like having the Soviets controlling that part of their country. They do not think the Soviets are actually going to leave, and they want the Soviets to leave. So they're going to complain to the United Kingdom and the United States to make sure the Soviets get the heck out of their country. On January 1st, 1946, Stalin simply refuses to withdraw. He's like, I am here, I am not leaving. And this is in direct violation of the agreement from the Tehran conference, where they agreed that after World War II, Iran would be established as its own sovereign country. This is going to go, and there's going to be issues taken in to the United Nations in March of 1946. Iran is going to take it to the United Nations, and Stalin is going to be forced to withdraw from Iran, primarily because virtually every country on earth was opposed to him being in Iran. This was not going to help him politically at all when it comes to working with other countries. He realizes that this is going to be a losing game for him to play, and thus he is going to withdraw, and the Shah will come to power in Iran. If you have any questions, comments on this, put them down below. Otherwise, good luck.